It's an Ask Me Anything AI, and it's hosted by Berries. You guys have probably seen me talk about Berries in the Facebook group. Berries is a HIPAA-compliant note-taking platform where you can record yourself, and it turns it into a note instantly, and then you can basically edit the note and have it change to any format that you'd like it to do, any kind of like format that you'd like the output to be. So hosted by Berries, Ask Me Anything AI. I'm going to do this every Wednesday. And if anybody's here and you do have a question, let me know. I am happy to answer anything you've got. Somebody was asking, how do you use AI to market in your private practice? There's about a million ways. And in the Clinical AI Club, I actually did a whole month-long module on just being able to market with AI. And I'm probably going to do another one because there's so much new stuff that's happened since I even did that module. That was back in September, I think, of last year. But anyway, part of the question was, how do I market? And the other part was, how do I ensure that it's not going to mess up my SEO? So there's a lot of tips and tricks around that. And really, if you copy and paste it from ChatGPT, it's going to get flagged as an AI product that you're putting on your blog post. But I did want to talk about a couple of tips. I also have a podcast called Run Your Private Practice with AI. If you go look for it, it's in the Apple Store and everything. I think it was episode 11. I actually did a whole episode on this topic as well, how to use AI to make blogs and all that, but also not make it sound like AI, because that's obviously a problem. So some of the telltale signs that you're using AI are words like game changer or revolutionize or thriving. Another one is, gosh, what's another one? Elevate. These kinds of words are total AI words now. And probably if you're like me, even if you see it in copy on Facebook or somebody's put a blog post out, if you start to see words like that, I think our brains are starting to get programmed basically to know that's an AI thing. So we're tuning out. I don't know about you, but I definitely do. I wanted to just talk about a couple of little tips around that. So after you use AI to make a blog post or something, you can use prompts to say, I want to make this more personal. I want to add a personal anecdote into this blog post. So you can do it in a prompt. You can literally just take the AI that it puts out and go put it in a doc and do this over there too. But you can also do it with prompts. So a lot of people don't know that. You could put something in I'd like to add a personal anecdote. So if you've trained ChatGPT or if you're using Claude, you can train them to know your personality. So for me, if I say I want to add a personal anecdote, ChatGPT already knows that I've got probably testimonials that I've already told ChatGPT about. I've shared sales pages. I've done previous emails. So it kind of already has started to know my brand. So if I write a blog post, I could say, okay, this is way too AI. I need you to add a personal anecdote into this as an example or a story and incorporate personal stories, relatable examples that really add a human touch to this blog post that you just wrote for me. You can do that with emails. You can do it with social media copy, anything like that. That right there is going to take out that factor that this is AI and that SEO is going to get messed up because of it. Google's not going to show my content because of it. So adding these personal touches in makes it more personal and not look like AI wrote it. So that's a quick, simple fix you can do for something that AI wrote. You can also give it a prompt to say, I want you to take out any of those AI type words. And you can even keep a list of those if you know which ones are really bad with AI. Like I said, revolutionize, game changing, all those words that we see all the time. You can put a prompt in there and say, anywhere you said game changing, I want you to eliminate out of this and use something else that a human would use, because not all humans would use the word game changing. A lot of us don't do that. That's an AI word pretty much. I do hear people doing it more often, but I think I'm in tune to it now. So that's another thing you can say. Another thing is you vary the sentence structure, like mixing short and long sentences. Using varied sentence structures help mimic natural speech. So sometimes it'll do things like I cannot, where we would say I can't, right? CAN''T. So you can tell it to go back and make words out of anything that's broken out like that. You can give it the command, it'll rewrite it with using those words. Those are more human type words. We would say can't. We would not say cannot. Another thing you can do is, let's see, there are programs that you can use like Grammarly. I don't know if you guys have the free Grammarly comes in and will tell me to edit my grammar, but there's like a paid version of Grammarly where you can take your writing, you can plug it in and it'll literally scan it to tell you if it looks like AI wrote it. It'll give you a rating. And there's other programs that do that too. There's one called Hemingway Editor that you can use. There's one at Grammarly, like I talked about. There's one called ProWritingAid. There's one called QuillBot that you can use. There's another one called Readable. So all of those are, a lot of them have free trials too, where you get like a certain amount of free ones a month. You could take your blog post, take it over there, plug it in, and have it analyze your writing to make sure it doesn't look like AI wrote it. So if you're watching this back and you know any tips or tricks too, I'd love for you to share, because that is a question I get over and over again. What do I do to make my writing not sound like AI did it? So I hope that helps. To our person that asked our question, let's see if we have anybody else here. Hey, Stephanie. I think Stephanie just popped in. Another thing to go check out is the Marketing Monday post I put in. I'm going to start doing a Marketing Monday, but it's Marketing Monday with a twist. I'm going to try to give you like an AI tip or trick that you can do every single Monday to market your practice a little bit better, more effectively if you're having trouble with that part of it. And I know we all had trouble with that. So I thought that would be fun. I did one this Monday and I put a prompt in there where you can go to ChatGPT and you could put in the prompt and you can tell it to make a logo for your private practice. And this is for the paid version of ChatGPT. It'll actually draw and create a logo for you. And if you don't like what it drew, you can now click on the picture and go in and basically edit whatever you want. There's a little highlighter where you can highlight a section and you can give it a command right there and say, I don't want it to look like this. I want it to look like this. Or you spelled these words wrong. Can you correct it and spell it like this? So you can do that really easily with ChatGPT now. So let me see. I want to go look and just see what other questions you guys had. Hi, April. Let me know if you have any questions for me. I see there's people here. Oh, okay. A question somebody asked is they said they've been using AutoNotes and ChatGPT, and she's ready to dive into an AI scribe system. By the way, I recommend Berries. They're the partner for this group, Berries. If you go there, you'll get 20 free sessions to try them out. You don't even have to put a credit card in, which I love. And she says, what's holding me back is my fear that my clients will resist this and it infringes on their privacy. I know I need to get them to sign a consent. How do you all propose this to your clients? And did you get any resistance or individuals who refuse to do it? So I have not had any pushback whatsoever with my clients. I did incorporate like a telehealth / AI / recording / AI usage consent into my informed consent. So now it's just in there. So any client that I'm updating paperwork with or anything like that, they're going to get that in the informed consent. And you also have to let them know that you definitely cannot do it if they don't want you to. That basically you will not record anything. You won't use any kind of AI on their chart or their information. They're allowed to opt out of that. So that's really the important part in the consent. And the way I explain it to them is I just say, as therapists, we have a lot of administrative burden with all the progress notes and the treatment plans and just everything that we have to do to maintain a client chart. So using AI actually makes it a lot easier for me. So I don't have to spend a lot of time like writing notes and all of that. And I can actually spend more time with you, my clients, and give you more quality care, basically, because I have less of an administrative burden on the back end. And then if I'm going to be recording a session, the consent basically talks about it's a HIPAA compliant environment where I'm recording this session. And in the case of using Berries, which is the program I recommend, if you're going to use Berries, does not even keep the recording. They turn it into a progress note when you're done. You click a button and it instantly converts into this amazing progress note. And then when you're done, it just basically erases the recording completely. And then in 30 days, even the note that you created gets erased completely. So I explained that to the client and that it's HIPAA compliant. It's a secure cloud storage type place and there's nobody getting into there. It's like rock solid. It's basically the same level of HIPAA compliance as an EHR would be. So the place that we're keeping their notes and they're logging into and all that stuff to give us their like credit card information, all that, it's the same level of security. So I kind of go on to explain all of that. Okay. April says, I've been playing with ChatGPT, but just getting started. I originally created my note with checkboxes, similar to what you created. Yeah. And prompts, but with AI, do you just move to a SOAP note because I don't see how to adapt it to my current template? So here's what I did, April. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but you can take a screenshot of something, or you can download a document and you can upload it to ChatGPT. I know, April, and in the case of a simple practice template, for example, you can download that as a PDF and you can upload it to ChatGPT and you could tell it to recreate it in ChatGPT. And then when you enter your clinical information, you can just say, I want you to use this template every single time I give you a clinical blurb about my client. I want you to fill in this note to the best of your capacities. It's not going to put check boxes, but it'll have all that listed that you usually have for check boxes. And it'll say, I've done this a million times, it'll say like NA next to it, like not applicable. I can never say that word. Or it'll fill in for you. The only thing you got to watch with AI when you're doing templates like that is that it does this thing where it like hallucinates, basically. So it hallucinates information around, like, it'll make up parts of the mental health story if you haven't given it that information and you have a template that you want it to fill in. So you have to be really careful to go back and read over what it wrote to make sure that it's actually accurate. Now, in the case of berries, this thing's amazing. So the first note, it just writes it for you how berries is going to write it. But then it's got this little like star next to the note where you can click it and turn it into any format that you want. So you could copy and paste whatever ChatGPT puts out from that template that we were talking about. Copy the template, put it over into the berries note, fill it in, and then you click that magic button. And then berries remembers that's how you want your note template to be. It's really incredible, actually, that you can do that. And it's only getting better every day. So that's like workarounds for that. You can either do it in ChatGPT or somewhere like berries. I have not seen any of the other AI note takers that allow you to click a button and customize the note and then have it remember to do the note that way every single time, because all of us have different note formats. Yeah. Okay. April says, yes, I did notice it. Creating things. Thank you. Yeah, it's really cool. Maybe one day I'll do a little demonstration in here so you guys can see it. And then what else did you say, April? Okay. I don't see any more comments. Yeah, it's very cool that you can customize, and you could do it in ChatGPT too with using the note template like I was telling you. But, I always like to say this: ChatGPT is not HIPAA compliant. We all know that. You cannot put any PHI in those notes. So if you could identify who your client is in any way, like just by reading it and put it into ChatGPT, it's not HIPAA compliant. So that's a violation, basically, of HIPAA rights of your clients by doing that. So you have to be very careful. So every Wednesday at noon, I'm just going to hop in here live, answer your questions. If you can't come live and you have a question you want me to answer, you could pop it in the group, or you can pop it in the events tab where all of these events are going to be stored. You can just pop it in for that week. So I'd love to hear your feedback. If you ask questions about anything I said, I'll come back and answer them for you later. And have a great day. I'll see you next Wednesday. Check out Berries. I'm obsessed with them. I think they're the best AI notes company out there. And I will talk to you guys later. Okay.